Thank you. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. I was like, is this going to happen again? Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. I love y'all so much. I knew that there was a glitch. I knew it. I love y'all so much. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me pull over just real quick in just a second right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, repost it here, Beverly. Right now I'm going to be able to stop, and I can't do that. In fact, let me stop right here. Perfect. 1 second. Repost it here. Let's see. No, I didn't see. You can post it here. Post it here. No, you can post it in a comment right here. Thank you, Edna. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Gracias. Thank you. Thank you. Caroline Vasquez says, with the new elections coming up, do you think you could get justice? Well, the thing is, I am going to get justice. I am. I am. I've proven it so far, and I am. I am. I don't think anybody realizes this. Hello, hello. My name is Vanessa Tijerina, coming at you live here in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. And I just wanted to make this video real quick, right? This is a survival page, and I am probably the most prosecuted woman in all of America. It's the truth. And what hateful people don't like, I have hateful people from the public, not just the people that are in power, that I just happen to piss off because I didn't like whenever I believed 4 of my children, and I did what every parent does to advocate, and every level of government failed them. And on top of that, it was a small Texas town, and so the family members and friends of the people who were harming my children weaponized law enforcement, and they were so willingly offering to. They were so okay, because we live in an area of Texas where you all call it the good old boy system, and we call it the compadrismo system, which works based on you're not going to get justice, especially in the kind of area where I live in, unless you are connected. Unless you are connected to somebody, right? I have a problem with that, right? And they don't like that I have a problem with that. They also don't like that I have a problem with them not following through with their duties, right? I also don't like that they have a problem with me not pleading on things. You're gonna arrest me? We're going to a jury. That's what's gonna happen, right? My most serious one that people give me a lot of hate for, and they want to judge me for, was one in which officers were caught red-handed planting evidence in my car. But the hate pages won't tell you that, right? And then there was another one that they, it was my first indictment, by the first district attorney who I increased voter registration, increased awareness, and did my absolute very best to get him voted out, and I accomplished that. I did. All right? I did. And, let me make sure that I don't forget everything that I want to say in this short video. The first indictment that I had, right, for welfare fraud, right, those charges were dropped. They were dropped. What people don't know is that that was my first indictment, and it was done by a district attorney who 6 months after he lost his election, and he lost because of me. The other one barely won. The one that's doing this to me right now, she barely won. Barely. And I've even offered, just to remind people of Willacy County how powerful they are with their vote, I will even offer to help that man be reelected. Because honestly, whenever people, you know, the chances of you doing something really corrupt after you've already been booted out and then put back in are lower. Yes, that's how much I believe in the power of people. Good people. Yeah, I think this district attorney, yes. So anyway, thank you. So that first indictment was put together by that first district attorney who didn't want to help my family. Nope. And whose assistant district attorneys were helping out all of the bullies and their parents. So it was just me against all these people in power, and me against a whole fucking community of people from the public that thought that they were better than me and that they could judge me. Knowing full well that they would never be able to survive not even one of the things that I have survived. And they would never, ever have the strength and the bravery to do anything that I've demonstrated doing. But they judge me. They do. So, hi there, Miss Carol Smith. Thank you. Hi there, Miss Brown. So, I just want to remind everybody that on the last hearing that we went to, I mean, I don't know why the hate pages don't tell you this, no witnesses showed up. That indictment was dismissed by the district attorney, and only when she found an opportunity and a witness to say that there was new information did she re-indict me on it. She re-indicted me the same year that she failed to convene a grand jury, and so that a grand jury could get a true bill on the person who wound up being my biggest aggressor during the torture of my face. This district attorney has consistently demonstrated with no fear of consequence. None. She has consistently demonstrated a violation of her ethical duties and her professional duties. It's a clear-cut case of vindictive and malicious prosecution under the color of law. And because they worked with more than one agency, that is one of the stipulations under the 1983 color of law abuse code. I love you. Caroline Vasquez says, when I first read about your arrest, I didn't believe a word they said. One said, I can tell you so much about Vanessa. I don't believe you. I said, they're bullies. She has a lot of people who are with her. Exactly. And that's why I'm making this video. So I just want to remind people, because I didn't say anything, right? That's the video that I made telling y'all that I was just really grateful You didn't hear me bragging about the fact that not one witness showed up. You know what witnesses those included? The same people who have been witnesses in other arrests, in other, in the utilization. They've used almost all the same kind of people to make statements, to utilize every civil and criminal process against me. One time my attorney was like, I was put on civil probation, and down here that never happens. It's a rarity. But it's me, right? And again, it was a judge that I eventually was able to prove was so corrupt that he should never hear any of my cases. He's the one that put me on that civil probation, right? So I knew that what that probation officer was doing to me was wrong, right? And she was treating me as if it was criminal probation because she did not have the knowledge, the experience, or the education to understand the difference. But Willacy County and Cameron County, I come from the Rio Grande Valley, which is made up of Starr County, Willacy County, Hidalgo County, and Cameron County. Willacy County and Cameron County are very much together, in which they share a court, the 197th District Court, and they also are, the boss of all of the probation officers is in Cameron County. That both Willacy County and Cameron County probation officers fall under his jurisdiction. I don't have the article with me right now, but sir, I thank you so much for not being like these other people. I thank you so much. Because there was a reporter a little while back trying to get him to make statements, and he told him, like, she's on civil probation. You don't understand what that is, because neither did the reporter know. Literally nobody really knows what civil probation is. But at the time I had a different lawyer, and I said, I'll be right back. And she was like, where are you going? I was like, I have to go and submit to a drug test. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's for my probation. She was like, how often do they make you do that? And I said, like, almost every week. They have a reason to, because somebody called in or something. And she was like, you're on civil probation. I said, yeah, they don't care that it's civil probation. She said, you're on civil probation, Vanessa. She said, they're making you take your clothes off while you do that. And I said, yes. So my lawyer called who she needed to call. And then a month later, I messaged that man who was interviewed, and I told them, this is just an example to let you know what I've gone through. And I told him, I said, sir, how do you think I feel whenever I found out that that woman was there and how closely she is related to the people who have harmed me that are also in power? And how I was trying to tell her over and over again, all she had to do is take her ass to her office and look up the code for civil probation, and she would have seen herself that she was fucking up. But she didn't bother to do that because she thinks that she knows everything, right? I said, do you know what it feels like? Do you know what this situation means whenever a governmental official makes you strip down? And holds you to a process in which that is not the code for the process that you're going through? These people think that not only is it okay to maliciously prosecute me, now they've gone to the point where they think it's okay to remove my dignity. My probation was over after that email. Just by chance. So, that food stamp fraud case, no witnesses showed up. Not one. Not one witness. No one. And I don't know if many of y'all know exactly how the law works, but any defendant has the right with their lawyer to confront. If you made statements to the grand jury, I have the right to confront you. I have the right to prove to the jury, how the fuck do you know her enough to make those statements? You don't? Oh my goodness. Are you a felon? You mean a district attorney allowed a felon to make his... that's not a credible witness. Yes. And over the years, I have stated in every case, and this one's no new, and if I get arrested again and again and again and again, it doesn't matter. I always want to confront my witnesses. I will always want to argue the facts. Always. I want to see these people prove their cases because I know they won't. They won't. They don't want to go through that process because it'll prove to the world that they fucked up really badly. I have a really good lawyer now. Like I've had really good lawyers, but I have you know, he's amazing. And so I'm sure when he finds out what this was all about, this last arrest was all about, he's gonna know, because as soon as he saw everything about all my other cases, he knew immediately that all of this was bullshit. Right? So, yeah, I just want to let y'all know that that whole, like, food stamp fraud stuff and stuff like that, the way that the hate pages are saying that I have to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that, I don't know, you know, those people don't like it. They didn't even like my mugshot. They even took off the old mugshot. They took off the new mugshot and put an old one where I was still overweight. Because they wanted you all to, they wanted to introduce me to the world as not who I am. As who I used to be. For real. That hateful man is there saying, there is a mugshot out there, but it's AI generated. No, it's not. That's public record. You can go and request it, you know, in writing, and you're going to get that same image. Then what are you going to say? That is also that, you know, Freedom of Information Act request, and what you received is also AI generated? No, you're just a hateful man who wants people to believe lies like that. Also, the video footage of the officers that pulled me over, this man doesn't even want y'all to believe that an officer drove my car home. First of all, this man does not have a college degree. I believe he's still selling Avon or Mary Kay or something. This is a grown man who thinks he's very manly, by the way. And I don't have a problem saying that, because men should be able to sell Avon and Mary Kay. But the thing is that this man acts, you know, like a little, you know, a little bitch. I mean, you just have to go look at his page and you'll know what his problem is with me. He's absolutely obsessed. Yes. So because this man does not have any licenses, he has no credentials, he has no formal schooling at all whatsoever, no formal education, yet he wants to tell you how police operate. Why doesn't he go spend the money and go request it? I would look like a damn fool to tell you that the officers drove my car home, and then you all request it, and then you see that that didn't happen. No, what you're going to see is the body cameras of 2 female officers and a male officer. And you're going to see everything that I stated happen in the exact order. And you will see me in the back of the patrol car of the 2 female officers. And you will see them park in front of my home while the other male officer is parking my car so that he can give me my keys so that it can be part of my property. I have haters that are waiting with bated breath to be able to discredit me. Why would I say that if that wasn't true? Thank you. I love y'all so much. Thank you. You all do not be fooled by there's a woman from Raymondville who I've never associated with, and no, I do not know her the way that she says that I know her at all. She does, like, she's one of those people who, like, did substances and then, like, she improved her life, and so she's mad that I don't admit that I was a drug addict. And she, like, I guess wanted to take credit for my rehabilitation. I can show y'all the messages between us. I'm being serious. So anybody who believes that lady, and some of my supporters were on there, don't bother with that. And I love y'all, the ones that were defending me. I love y'all. To the ones that were neutral, I honestly, you all are good people, but I don't need that here. I don't need that here. I don't want supporters that don't have the ability to identify this is a hateful woman. That's why you can tell that she was really surprised that she didn't get the response that she thought she was going to get. She thought she was going to get a lot more hate towards me. And so then you can see her having to walk that fine line of keeping the haters happy and my supporters happy. Yep. I don't know who this person is. You see? Sir, why are you here? Why are you... Your brother is an upstanding member of society. Oh! The other brother. Yeah. No, I don't know him anything. Right? And didn't I tell you? You're a hating ass hater too. You are, bro. Alright? Your bro can do what he has to do to try to justify his claims. Alright? Sir, if you don't want me to showcase your kind of hate and the evolution of your hate on my page, if you don't want me to show people the inbox messages that you have sent to me telling me, I'm on your side, this and that, I don't know if you have the same, diagnosis that your other brother has, the one saying that, that, right? I don't know. That's what happens when you go live. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know if you're arguing with somebody that is untreated mental illness, because that shit runs in families. It runs in families. Why haven't you said anything anymore? What did you think you were going to come over here and accomplish? Did you not think that I was going to remember everything you've said? I'm on your side. Do you not know that I show people messages and private messages when people try to, act one way on my live video and a different way in private? I expose that. I don't know who you're used to trolling, and I don't care who your brother is, because you know what matters to me is that your other two brothers, and I'm not going to say their names, but they're amazing. You know who they are, right? One's very well known here, and one's very well renowned, right? They're nothing like you and your other brother. Zero. You all do not share any qualities at all whatsoever. None. All right? Those are the two brothers of your family whose opinions I would even care about. Not the likes of you two. Other ones. All right? Y'all, he's not going to say anything anymore. He's embarrassed. And sir, I don't know why you're here when you have your own shit to deal with. All right? If you're here, why don't you speak of the things that people have accused you of? Which is much worse than anything I have ever been accused of. Right? Don't come over here like that. Don't do that. I swear to you. I'm stronger than you will ever be in this world as a man. You? Yes, I am. Okay? Alright. I don't think you're going to be saying anything anymore, right? Because I'm not even going to block you because I know that you're not. And if I so choose to later on be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do and showcase his brand of hate. This is a survival page. That means if you make me survive you, and I think that it is important that you have a novel, very distinctive brand of hate, especially the kind that where you show one face and then you show another one in private, those are one of my favorites. I don't have no problem. I do not have no problem asking questions as to why would this man come ask me this question on my live video instead of asking these questions about the allegations or the things that are being said about him. Haven't said anything? What? Let me guess. I'm a bully, right? I'm a bully. The other day, I was ordering coffee, and one of my known haters, she's been here. I leave some haters here, honestly, because I gather information on them, because I know that they're consistently going to say things, and one day I will put all of that together, and I will showcase their brand of hate. Because I know that they will come back and try that. So one of them did that the other day, and she had a problem with my eye movements because I was ordering like this, and I was like, you know, looking around. This is what happens. I don't know if that person has like a substance abuse problem. I don't know if she has mental illness. I don't know if she's just not very intellectual, right? I'm a neurodivergent. I'm like 20 to 25% of any given population in the world. That means I am unlike 75 to 80% of any given population in the world. That means I'm very different. Right? ADHD and autism. So I see things in the way that I'm remembering them. So when I was telling her, because she couldn't find which protein shake I wanted, and can you believe that's the area of the country where I come from? Those are the type of haters that I have. Even if they don't live down here, I have these type of haters, right? And so she's probably been accused of shifty eyes before because it looks kind of like that, if I had to guess. She knows about that lifestyle, so, you know, she's been probably judged by that, and so she wants to judge me. And so when I was telling the person at Starbucks, well, you have 2 different protein shakes, and I was looking, and it's because my mind was looking in the fresh fruit section, the fresh options sections, to figure out where I seen it. That's why my eyes were going like that. Because I was trying to spatially recognize it. But even in the way that I explained it right now, you wouldn't even understand. Because probably even everything I said is so far away from your level of comprehension. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. So, Yes, I just want to remind people that I got in my car that day on my very last court hearing, and I told y'all that the nightmare was almost over, but that's why the district attorney did this, because she knew that she didn't want the nightmare to be over. She didn't. And like with every single arrest, I cannot wait until the world finds out all of the details. Yep. Hello, Crystal. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to tell y'all this. I did not brag about that. The only witnesses that have ever shown up, right? That's because they thought that, you know, they were officers, right? But I guarantee you that they'll never, ever show up in a case against me because they've already been discredited. That's why every case in which they've ever given testimony, including the protective order that kept me away from my daughters, which is no longer in place, right? And all of that, that was testimony that the judge made a decision on because he wouldn't allow us to submit the video evidence of that officer planting evidence in my car. So if you can imagine that there's officers with badges, and the two officers that have ever given testimony against me are the very same ones that constitutionally violated my rights and committed a criminal offense against me, then you can just imagine the type of human beings all the other witnesses I have ever and will ever have against me are. Because that's the upper crust of the witnesses against me. Can you imagine? The most upper crust, the most highest pedigree of witness that I've ever had against me are two officers caught red-handed planting evidence in my car. So just imagine the lower tiers that are what the rest of the witnesses are made of. Yeah. So yes, for all those people, because the hate pages will not tell you that, nobody showed up to the food stamp fraud thing. No one. Not one witness. Nobody. Not the people from the Department of Health and Human Services. Not one. Not one. And let me tell you something. They tried to intimidate me by having a witness list of 50 people. Nobody showed up. Not one damn witness showed up for them. Not one. Not even the witness that they were able to utilize with new information. They did not show up. No one showed up. No one. Nobody. Not even the lady that had already put 3 different cases against me because her daughter had assaulted me. Yeah, they allowed her to be a witness against me. The same lady that a district court judge told officers from the Rainbow Police Station, it looks like you officers just did whatever that lady wanted y'all to do to this defendant. That was my very first case. My very first arrest. They allowed that woman to be a witness in so many different things. Even after that, she did that to me. I'm telling you all this, so that later on people can cross-reference and be like, she never lied. No, I'm not lying. It's all true. It's all true. Okay? So I don't, I know that the hate pages are out there because nobody wants to watch them unless they're speaking of me. Because nobody cares what they have to say. And they've probably always been children and adults that nobody pays attention to. It's obvious, right? And so they do get attention when people are speaking of me. And unfortunately, there's a huge niche out there of hate. But for all of you people that hate me, I want you to know there's so many more people that do not hate me. Don't fool yourselves. Don't fool yourselves because you are louder. Don't fool yourselves because you make yourselves known. Don't fool yourselves. Don't. But let's not get things wrong or misconstrued. If I had no supporters, I would still be this confident. I swear. Absolutely. If the entire world was against me, I'd be here speaking and saying these things exactly the same, with the same level of passion. Exactly the same. Anita, the Texas Rangers are being influenced by the district attorney. That's why legislation needs to be changed. The district attorney has too much power here in Texas. I don't know how other states do it, but the district attorney has too much power. That's why whenever I went to the FBI and whenever I went to the Texas Rangers about the district attorney before her, and I even went to the to the Texas Rangers and told them I have video footage of these officers planting evidence in my car, and they didn't care. And I just want y'all to remember that I just said that because it's going to be very important in the near future. It is. It is. I love you. Y'all don't argue with the hate pages. Don't argue with them. Don't argue with them. They will hate you if they can't change your minds about me. I swear to you. So don't even interact with them. I promise you. Don't. It's okay. I know you wouldn't be here showing me a lack of hate if you did not hate me. Don't worry. It's okay. I don't care. I don't care, sir. Look at you. I'll even read your comment. Here he is again. I really do. If I had to bet money, I'd bet you are afflicted with the same thing that your other brother is. Here you go. I'll read it. I was on your side, but after 13th arrest, someone needs to take accountability. Sir, who are you? First of all, you're a man telling a woman to take accountability for something. Second of all, one of your brothers, who I highly respect, is an attorney. He's a defense attorney. You know what he would tell you if he knew you were doing this? And I'm going to screenshot it and send it to him. Okay? Don't bother deleting it, because I'm still going to send it to him. Your brother is an officer of the court, right? So how do you think he would feel if he saw his other brother stating, yeah, but after 13th arrest, no convictions and wins. But after 13th arrest, who are you? What position in this life do you have that gives you the same level of discretion that God has? By that I mean judging people. Like, who lied to you and told you, hey, I am Fern Contreras and I have the ability to judge people because I'm like God? Who lied to you? Who lied to you? You're just like your other brother that you came over here and lied for. Both of you have never done anything in your lives ever to even rise even close to the level of telling other people to be accountable. How would you like it if people said, you know what, the people that made allegations against you, sir, right? They want you to be accountable for what they are accusing you of. You see, sir, it's never going to go your way when you come over here. Never. And at this point, you know, I was having mercy with you simply because you are what's his name and what's his name. I love your other two brothers. They're amazing, right? Because of them, I was having mercy with you. Yeah. And he says, who are you? I'm a school teacher. You're a school teacher who has the most atrocious punctuation I have ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever known a school teacher that makes comments on the internet and uses absolutely no punctuation. Also, you must teach the Constitution, or that's one of the basic things, right? If you became a teacher, then you got your bachelor's degree in something, right? And I'm sure you took U.S. government, right? The basics of U.S. government, sir, right? Ask your brother, right? Because he goes by the Constitution. He defends people who are arrested 1,000,000 times, right? Innocent until proven guilty. People who are innocent until proven guilty do not have any obligation to be accountable for a fucking thing. None at all. At all. I'm concerned that you're a school teacher. I really am. He's Jaime's brother. He's Jaime's brother. You would never see the other two brothers do this to me. Ever. Never. It's just these two. And you should see this guy in my comment, in my inbox over and over again. Hi, I'm sorry if I offended you. And here he is offending me again. Hi, I'm sorry this and this. But him and his other brother, not the two that, you know, I love dearly, but him and his other brother, they're one of those that are like, yeah, I'm all for you. But when they feel, unreasonably, when they assume that the hate is stronger, right? The hate is stronger. Sir, I don't care if you teach social studies. I don't care if you teach literature. I don't care what the fuck you teach. You don't use punctuation. Also, you're here acting like a complete idiot, a moron. Also, you're here acting as if the Constitution doesn't matter, and you're being misogynistic by and entitled by thinking that that you have the ability to assign anybody the obligation to be accountable to anything. Your credentials, you have stated more here. You have revealed more about yourself than your credentials could ever make up for. You've already discredited yourself. You're not stating facts. You're not stating facts. It is not a fact that people that are arrested 1, 2, 3, 4, 30, 50, 100 times with no convictions must be held accountable. That is not a fact. That is your opinion. Okay? You have stated nothing but opinions here. And I'm even dealing with you because I know that there's people watching and they are so close to trying to come over here and do something very similar to what you're doing here. And I just want to let them know what they're in for. I never said you offended me. You'd have to be a strong man to be able to even offend me. It's you. It's you. You could never offend me. You're just annoying. You could never offend me. Nobody can, but least of all you, you know? So, you did not offend me. But I mentioned that you said, I'm sorry if I offended you, because that is what you said in your private messages to me. Being all lambiscon. Okay? Alright? Anyway, let's go ahead and put him in timeout. Because, yeah, no, he's just, no. You're not it, sir. Alright? Go ahead then. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, so I just want to remind y'all, so when the hate pages are talking about, you know, food stamp fraud and this and that, let me get rid of this guy too. And then they get mad. Yes, exactly. Then they get mad. They get offended when they come over here. Like when the women, there was 2 of them that were like, why is your face so sweaty? First of all, I'm a mammal. And if it was sweat, I'm a mammal. Mammals sweat. One of them was like, does your aircon not work? Well, first of all, if it didn't work, what do any of these questions have anything to do with anything? right? But if my aircon did not work, and I was sweating, is that something bad? But no, every time I wear highlighter and it doesn't look bad, they're always like, why are you sweating? And we all know what they're trying to do. And we all know what it is about me in that moment that bothers them. It's not that I look sweaty. It's that they don't want people to see me in the way they actually see me. I don't want anybody else to think that she looks kind of pretty with whatever she has on her face. So if I see it, I don't want other people to see it. I've been having to deal with that shit my entire life. I love you, Mandy. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. Yeah. So yes, in the food stamp fraud case, no, not one witness showed up. Nobody. And once again, they gave a list of like 20 or 30, and I think of witnesses, and I think that the reason that they do that is to intimidate my lawyers, right? But no one ever shows up for their hearings. The only ones that have ever shown up are the 2 corrupt officers that planted evidence in my car. That's the best they got. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Miss Carrie. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I'm about to say why I'm making this video. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, they're juvenile, but some of them are smarter than they lead on. And like I said, I'll always believe that some of those that are on the hate pages, the most vicious ones, had a lot to do with my face being beaten, but they were protected by the district attorney because the district attorney refused, you know, to request certain information. That's also legislation that needs to be changed, right? In Texas, I don't think that, and I don't think it should be like that anywhere. I don't think that a person being prosecuted who suddenly becomes a victim, it is unfair to that victim for the seeking of their justice to be in the hands of the people that are prosecuting them. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Not at all. Right? But these people took full advantage of the fact that there's no legislation that covers things like that. Thank you, thank you. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you for all of your support and your kindness and everything. I posted my last reel to show that whatever it is, good or bad in my life, it's a blessing. I have to be thankful for all of that. I have to be thankful for everything that has ever happened to me. Because when I reach the destiny that I'm going to reach, what is my destiny, what the universe has in store for me, and it's something that's probably going to piss off the haters, you know, and it's something that's going to make you all good people very happy for me, right? When I finally reach that point in my life, I would not have been able to reach that had it not been for all of what happened to me. All of what happened to me was part of my journey, whether it was positive or negative. It had to happen. It had to happen. Right? Okay, so for all the people that are, you know, wondering or whatever, every place of business knows about every single arrest that has ever happened before, that has happened, and they will know about every arrest that will come. Just so you know. And I thank all of my employers that understand that if the Board of Nursing does not have an issue with anything like that, that they don't either. Yeah. And I thank the Board of Nursing for the innocent until proven guilty. And you know, there's lawyers that work at the Board of Nursing that also have their own ethical standards that they must maintain. And they're there to make sure that the Board of Nursing follows those ethical standards as well. All right. So for anybody that thinks that they can, like, you know, do whatever to, you know, affect my employment or anything like that, do it. There's nothing novel. There's nothing new. And also, I caution you, because my employers are not in Willacy County. If they were, I'd never be stupid enough to work there. But if they were, then perhaps you'd have a chance, right? No, thank God that my employers work. My employers are in Hidalgo and Cameron County. And Luis Saenz, the district attorney in Cameron County, right? And Mr. Palacios, the district attorney in Hidalgo County, and their ADAs, their assistant district attorneys, their assistant prosecutors, they know what harassment is. To the people that know who I'm talking to, I don't even have to say your names. And I will pursue those charges. Absolutely. You're trying to affect my life, right? I'll pursue those charges. Okay? Just so that you know. Just so that you know. All right? I don't know why people assume that the government and the police and the law enforcement in Hidalgo and Cameron County function the same as Willacy County. The officers have gotten better. And even the chief of police has gotten better. I give credit where credit is due. But Luis Saenz and Mr. Palacios, those are of a different pedigree than Annette Hinojosa. She is like, so we think that lawyers are one of the best of society. Well, she's the worst of the best. Yeah. The biggest proof in that is, how could you continue to prosecute Vanessa Tijerina in a case that was very serious, caused her a lot of damage, and in which you knew you had an ethical duty to drop, not just by your lawyer standards, but by your special prosecutorial duties and by being an officer of the court. It probably won't stop, and there'll probably be another arrest and another arrest, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to deal with it. I mean, I don't know. It's also because these people have never had to deal with the 1983 color of law case. They've never. I don't think I've ever seen them have to go through that. I don't think nobody that they've ever harmed has ever pushed it that far. They're just relieved that they got out of it, right? But the thing is, I have autism and I have ADHD, and I'm smart, and I'm innocent, right? And have a lot of haters, right? And no. If I fight for the right thing in other ways, I'm gonna fight for the right thing when it has to do with me. I am my most important project in this human experience. You all watching me, each of you, are the most important project in your lives. No one else is more important than you. No one else. You cannot take care of the people that you love the most unless you make sure that you are in your best in every way. That's why you are the most important one. And the people that you love are the most important project in their human experience as well. Right? And one more time, if there is a if this is all a simulation, I know that I am making whoever is in charge of me in this simulation, I know I'm making you proud as hell. I know I am. I know I am. And I don't know if you are ancestors or ancient beings or spirit or God or Jesus or a mixture of everything. I don't care, universe, whatever you want to call it. I know y'all are on my side, and I know you all, were it not for you all putting me through all this, you know what my destiny is. They know what my destiny is. Right? There is not a human on this planet that rises to the level of any of the things that I just stated that will ever make me believe anything negative about myself, nor will they ever intimidate me in any way. Right? Whatever's controlling me in this simulation, if we're being controlled, would not want me to fall into that trap. No. What they want to see me do is go through something, and they want to see how fast I can come back from that. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what I have to say. All right. I got to go. I have to get on with my day. And you all be well and be safe. And yeah, I'm going to keep surviving. I'm going to keep surviving. If there's another arrest, there's another arrest. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. There's another mugshot. There's another mugshot. I will deal with it. I will deal with it. If I have to be in jail for a couple of days, I have to be in jail for a couple of days. I will deal with it. I will deal with it. Just like I have 13 times. Okay? My goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness and your positive energy. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.